Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is VibrantSoulTarot and I'm super excited to have you here today. So today's pick a card reading is a subscriber requested topic and they wanted to know, what are they attracting or manifesting in love? So I love this topic. I love the fact that it is attracting because this is indicating that you will have the option to either accept this or not because we all have free will. Secondly, it will show you maybe why you are attracting certain things because that's what we're going to be looking at. So the first part of the reading, we're going to be looking at what and who you are attracting. And then the second part, we're going to be looking at why are you attracting this energy. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in or a reading that you would enjoy, then welcome, you have found the right place. So let's go ahead and get into the pile selections. We have these 3 piles to choose from. We're going to start right here with pile number 1. We have the Pulp Tarot, and we also have this raw piece of obsidian. Moving along to pile number 2, we have the Accurate AF Tarot, and we also have this selenite snake. And then last but not least, we have pile number 3. We have the Apparition Tarot, and we also have this Hemimorphite Tower. That may actually be pronounced as hemimorphite. I'm not really sure, but either way, you get the idea, guys. So if you do need more time in choosing your pile, you're more than welcome to pause the video here. Please take as much time as you need. When you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience. And I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi pile 1, welcome or welcome back to your reading. So today we are asking, what and who are you attracting in love right now? And then we will be asking why. So if you chose the Pulp Tarot deck or if you chose the Black Obsidian Crystal, welcome. I'm going to move your tarot deck to the side because we're going to use some other tools first. Now, I'm just going to quickly get these so we can have them, but we're going to look at them after we get everything out. So first we're going to be looking at what and who. So Spirit, who is pile 1 attracting in love right now, Spirit? Who's pile 1 attracting in love right now? Okay. Oh my gosh, my nose just started itching all crazy. It always happens. And you know, it's like I always sneeze or my nose starts itching like right when I start the video. Not before, not after. Of course, right when I press record. So we're going to get some initials as well for you. Who is pile 1 attracting in love, Spirit? Oh, we had one fall. Oh, I see it. It's way over there. Let me see. Get over here. Oh, geez. All right. So, let's quickly move these to the side. And let's take a look and see what oracles you got. So the first card we have for you in who and what you are attracting right now in love is we have a woman holding a heart in reverse. We have child wounded, which the light attributes are awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. The shadow attributes are blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. We also have they'll be back, expect to hear from them soon. I'm going to try to fit these in as best as we can. So sorry about that glare. I know it can be such a pain in the ass. At least it is for me when I look at it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Okay, and then we also have second house with resources. We have the breast pump. Oh, I just realized we have number 44 and we have 4 here as well too. So we have 444. Then for your tea leaf cards, we have archway, which is new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Then we have bouquet with compliments from an admirer. Ooh. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to start this reading off by saying is I'm just going to get it out and I'm going to just put it out there, okay? This looks like this is somebody from your past. Now, before some of you head straight to the comments and you start leaving an angry comment about you do not want to deal with anybody from your past, you do not want to see anybody from your past, you don't care, you didn't come to this reading to hear about that. To that I say I completely understand, and I'll do you one better, okay? You have 100% free will. You do not have to choose to sit and listen to a reading about someone from your past. You do not have to accept somebody from your past to come back into your life if that's not what you want to do. You don't have to choose anybody that you don't want to choose, okay? So I just want to say that also you're more than welcome if you felt possibly drawn to another pile, maybe you couldn't choose between this one and another one, then I would say that you possibly are attracting more than one things. Or people, I guess you would say, into your life. So feel free to check that out. Maybe this isn't your reading. Also, last thing that I was going to say is, if you want to stay for the second part of the reading and maybe address why you are attracting these past energies that you don't want any longer into your life, that can also be very helpful as well to you. So now that we have that all out of the way, if you are wanting to stay here, then let's talk about this person and who and what you are attracting in to your life right now, pile 1. So yes, with this card, I do feel like this is pretty much very self-explanatory that someone is going to reach out to you. I feel as though this person, especially with this breast pump here, I feel like one of the reasons why you are attracting this person or this person is either attracting you, I feel like it may go both ways for this pile actually, is because I feel like this person is spending a lot of time thinking about this. With the breast pump, that means that this is your life force energy going into this. Like, what are you giving your life force to is kind of like what that card talks about. And I think that this person has really been thinking heavily about this situation and about the past. And I think that this is a person that wants to know, A, if your heart is still open and if you will be open to receiving any of this. And B, with this woman holding a heart in reverse, I think that this person had realized that they maybe weren't 100% open to accepting your love in the past or to accepting this connection fully, because I think that this person did have a lot of healing to do. And I feel like this second time around, when this person comes back, they're more aware of their wounds. They're more aware of why they may have done things the way that they've done. And also with the second house here, I feel like this is also for you to decide if this is going to be something that you truly value, if this is something that is going to be something that truly values you. I feel like there's a hell of a lot of learning going on between you and this person. I feel like you and this person have already learned so much. I'm also hearing that this could be a past life connection as well, not just somebody from your past or recent past. It could definitely, have come through from other lifetimes. And what I want to say about a past life connection, and this is from my personal experience with spirit confirming people that I've dealt with from past lives, they're not always the easiest, but they are where we learn the most about ourselves, if I can be quite honest. I feel like past life connections do come with their fair share of challenges and learning experiences, but they also do come with a hell of a lot of attraction and a hell of a lot of passion. I will tell you that. So if that's something that you're into, also be aware though of your feelings and your intuition when this person does come to you or when this person does come back to you. I do think that this person has been doing a lot of growing, and I think this person has been doing a lot of learning, but I think for each and every one of you, you're really guided to choose what you feel you are most worthy of. Now, with the archway and the bouquet, I think that you are very highly thought of by this person, to say the least. Not only are you thought of a lot, but you are very highly thought of in this person's mind. And I think that they want to express to you how you have made them feel. And with the archway, this is definitely about them wanting to open up new paths. And this can be something that is possible for this connection as well, too, if both parties are willing and open to learning, forgiving, healing, and growing. This could be an opportunity to create a new pathway, or to choose a new destination, to end up differently than where it may have ended up before. I'm also hearing for some of you, this doesn't even have to be something that was so deeply rooted in the past. Like, this could be something that you and this person had maybe like a quick little fling or something of that nature. And I feel like for a lot of you, you would already know who this is. Specifically because I think that you have been thinking about this person a lot as well, too. And I think that regardless of how much time was spent with this person or what had happened, I think that you learned tremendously about this situation and about yourself and about relationships specifically. So I feel as though this is going to be your choice, pile one. Do you feel like this person is worthy of your time, of your love, of your heart? Do you feel like, it can be successful? Do you feel like, things are going to turn out differently? These are all things that you are going to have to listen to as well. And some of you may need some patience, some time to see these things, if that makes sense. Also, the black obsidian, there was a message already when I started setting everything up for your pile, because black obsidian a lot of the time is about protection. And so I think that this is about you and this person going into this situation differently, with your boundaries, with your, wants, your needs, and everything that you need, and not giving too much of yourself too fast, which that could have been a problem in the first time around. Maybe for some of you, you could have felt like that you gave yourself too much too fast, you got really attached, or this person could have felt that way as well. So this is about you enforcing specific boundaries. And also, one of the messages with this obsidian crystal as well is not absorbing everything, because black is the color that that we wear on our clothes a lot of the time when it absorbs the light. So not absorbing everything and taking everything personally, or taking it all in. And that is actually just kind of like a definition of having boundaries, especially energetic boundaries as well too. Kind of like I'm picturing somebody like kind of putting their hands up and saying, that's not mine to carry, that's yours. Don't put that on me. You know what I'm saying? And this can also be very indicative of this breast pump as well. Giving way too much, way too soon, or just way too much of yourself, and not having enough energy or enough time, to give back to you and to your life and to your growth and things like that. I think that it's all about picking and choosing what you decide to put your energy into. And I think that this is something that you'll know when it's time to do that, and you'll know when to give and when to not to give as well. And I think that this is a pile that is very intuitive, so I don't think that you have too much of a problem with following your intuition, but you do have a problem with trusting it. It's like, let me rephrase that. It's like you don't have a problem with hearing your intuition, and you don't have a problem with being intuitive. Sometimes you may have a problem with trusting it. And to that I say, if there's a decision that you feel like you need to make and you're so confused, just do not make the decision when you feel like you are pressured, or you're being pressured to make the decision, or don't make the decision when you feel like you're just all jumbled and like maybe your thinking is a little muddled and you're not sure. Because that's not your intuition. That's everything else as well, kind of coming together and creating this like inner storm. So a lot of this seems to be about choices for you as well too. And I want to say the second house, yes, this is about resources. Second house a lot of time is like about money, but it's about what you deem worthy, what you put worth on. And a lot of the time it can be about lessons about self-worth and what you deserve and what you feel is right for you as well. Sometimes we feel like we should be a little bit selfish, and sometimes we feel bad. But I think this is a situation where you can definitely decide on when to be selfish and when to not be, because I think that there's a lot of lessons here for you specifically as well. Not just this person too, but there's a lot of lessons and a lot of growth here for you. So let's see what you got for the little descriptions about the connection in this person. Ooh, this person I feel like is coming back a lot more humble than they were before. Maybe you humbled this person as well. Or like maybe this person's like coming back and they're like, look, I need to be different. I need to act right. I don't want it to go that way again. I do think that this person, Pile 1, has been thinking tremendously about this situation, about maybe how to fix it as well. And so with this, they're like, all right, I need to come correct this time. Like, I'm also hearing fumble too. So maybe this person felt like they really fumbled you. And they're like, I want to see if there's another chance. I want to see if I can do this again, or I want to see if I can get this right again, especially with this archway. It's new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Let's do it differently. Let's take a different route. Let's see where this goes if we do it this way. I think that this person is coming in a humble way, as in like, I've kind of learned. I've seen something differently now. I've learned something differently now. Okay. The next one we have. Oh, okay. This is definitely confirmation again that this is somebody from the past, because we have someone you already know. So if you had any doubts that this person was from the past, then let those doubts fade away. This is somebody that you know already. Which I kind of figured with they'll be back. So we also have leader here as well. I think that this is indicating that this person does want to take charge. This person is like, okay, well, now I can't just keep sitting back and letting this happen, letting life happen to me, letting these things, you know, slip away, letting these things. I feel like this leader is giving me very much like a King of Wands energy. It's giving me very much like, all right, the time to act is now, which is why I expect to hear from them soon. And they're like, okay, I got to do something here. I have to do something about it. I can't do nothing, because I think that they feel the more the time slips away, maybe the less you would want to interact with them or would want this at all, maybe. And so it's like they're feeling like they should step up and address this. Also, if they do not like the way things were going in the past with this connection, which would obviously be why there was some sort of break or some sort of separation, that this person is coming back for you, then they're like, okay, I gotta be the change. Like, you know, it's like almost like leading by example. Like if they want you, they're gonna have to show you. If they want to make this work, they're going to have to show you. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is about this person putting in the effort as well. And I also am hearing by spirit, this is going to be the test for this person to do that. Because yes, these are realizations. Yes, it's very good to decide and to make these decisions. That's the first part. But the next part is going to be, you know, walking the walk and not just talking the talk. And I think that's where those decisions on your end are going to come in for you to decide, well, is this person worthy of you? Do they deserve a second chance? Ooh, emotionally mature. Okay. This person is learning. They are learning with this child wounded. I feel like they acted very much upon these inner wounds at first. And I think they kind of let these insecurities get the best of them. And I think that they let this emotional immaturity, I guess you would say, because it's the opposite of emotionally mature. And I think this has a lot to do with the inner child. We're talking about the child wound here as well. You know, I think that they let that get the best of them. And so now they kind of want to come back and they want to show you, like, I've learned. We kind of already said that, huh? It seems to be a repeating thing of a learning. And we did see that there was a lot of lessons here in this for you. But yeah, they want to show you that they've grown. I think they want to show you that they're more mature, which is the emotionally mature is the King of Cups, which is interesting because we had two kings now kind of come through intuitively. We had the King of Wands, and now we have the King of Cups, and that is about maturity, and that is about mastering. The King of Wands is definitely about leadership as well, and owning in your passion, not letting, not letting your passion and your desires lead you. It's like you're leading that. And then we have the same thing just on the emotional aspects of the King of Cups, not letting your emotions lead you, not letting your emotions take over you. It's about you owning in and that, kind of working with them as well. All right, and the last one we got for you is Aries. Ooh, so this person could definitely have prominent Aries placements, but I also am hearing with this Aries, sorry to my fellow Aries, I'm an Aries moon, okay? And I know that all the stereotypes can get so, trust me, I know. But I am hearing with this person could sometimes be a little bit aggressive. They could be just in the things that they want. They could be a little bit, hard-headed at times, and I'm only saying that because I'm picturing the ram now, but I was going to say something else and it kind of slipped my mind, so hold on, let me see if it comes back. Very quick. Maybe this, for some of you, this person had this kind of energy where like they were triggered and they were either quick to leave or they were quick to react. Now, with this Aries coming through, they might still kind of have a bit of that, but I'm also getting that this is a very action-oriented Aries energy, as in like, it's time to act, which I think in another deck, there's an Aries, I think it's this deck, actually, the Aries card is act as well. So, and it's also the number 1 because it's the first zodiac sign as well. And also, if you are watching this at the time that I am coming across this, Aries season is actually coming up. We are about to enter, I think by the time I post this, it may be like March 1st. I don't even know what today is. I know it's leap year. I think it's like the 28th or the 29th. Sorry, sometimes my days get mixed up, but nonetheless, Aries season could be, so that's in like literally like a month. Or in like, if I post this on the 1st in like, what, 21 days, 22 days, 18 days, I can't remember now. Just sometime during Aries season could be very significant for some of you. If you are watching this probably around the time that I post this, I wouldn't say that that's not impossible for you watching this at another time as well too. I just know that it's pretty close. I like to keep track of when Aries is coming because that's that's the real new year to me, the astrological new year. And that's the time when I like to set a lot of intentions as well. So maybe this could be also indicating setting new intentions for this connection, a fresh start as well. All right, let's quickly look at the initials that you guys got. And then we're going to use the tarot deck to see why you are attracting this situation and anything else you may need to know. I'm going to allow that to come up as well too. So the first one I have is the letter Z, and I actually just heard, so these can be double meanings as well too. So Z could also be an initial, and it could be first and last, doesn't matter. It could be maybe something prominent in their name as well. But I heard that I don't like the way it ended, which was like the Z being the last letter of the alphabet. Okay, the next one we have is C. I want you to see. We have G. Oh my gosh, I just heard, I don't think that this is really telling for the lyrics, but I just heard a lyric from, I don't know if know who this rapper is, but it's Mac Dre. If you're definitely in California or around the Bay Area, you definitely know who this is. But he's like, I'm trying to CGs, play these hoes like CDs. I don't know why that came up, but maybe this person likes that kind of music. I don't know. So we have the letter P as well. We have W. We also have another C. And it's interesting because these are like it's like black and white, kind of like yin yang, and maybe this person with the two C's as well, that's like two eyes, or it's like they're able to see both sides, or maybe see their shadow and see the light attributes as well. You know, it's like they're seeing something differently. Look at these always tend to come out together. So we have R and we also have X, but as I like saw them, they were like this, and this always makes me think of, well, okay, it does make me think of like medications as well. maybe this person had a problem with self-medicating, or they kind of still do. But also it makes me think of retrograde. The main message here is it makes me think of retrograde, like a planet in retrograde, which is all about reviewing, reanalyzing, recessing. That's what I like to say. If you're wondering what to do with the planet in retrograde, take the planet's energy, take what it stands for to you, or, you know, or anyone, and just put in all the R words. So reassess, review, reconnect, you know, that's why we have those X's coming back, like reconnect, redo. And we also have P again and O, which kind of spells poo, which makes me want to laugh because I'm immature sometimes, but that's not important. And also, speaking of immature, 2 P's next to each other, PP. This person could think about you with their PP, no matter what type of PP it is, or genitals. Now I'm just thinking PP poo poo. Pow. Sorry, I'll grow up. I'll grow up one day. Actually, my Aries moon, with my Aries moon, I probably won't, but I'm not mad at it. I love that. I love that about me, okay? So accept me for who I am as a person, or don't. But this is the first half of your reading. I'm literally just gonna freaking wipe all this to the side, and we are gonna look into your tarot now to see why you are attracting this connection. So let's take a look-see. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell me in pile 1 about why they are attracting this into their life, and anything that they may need to know about this situation as well, please, Spirit? Can you please tune me into my pile 1's collective energy on why they are attracting this situation back into their life here, please? Thank you. So why are they attracting this connection back? What is the reason? What is the reason they are attracting this connection back? We have the Page of Swords. Wow. There's definitely more things to learn for sure, but I do think that this is all about communication as well too. Maybe for some of you there was a lesson in communication, or I feel almost like saying like a lack of communication. And so this situation could be coming back around for you and them to really focus in on communicating your wants, communicating your needs, because it is a page. This is definitely indicating, like, you know, there is room for growth. There is room for development. Pages can also be about that childhood wound as well. But for the most part, I think that this is also the fact that you and this person still feel very interested in each other. And I feel like it's like this person and you may still feel somewhere deep down that you need, you know, there's more to know. You want more from this, is what I'm kind of getting. Why is this person attracting? And if that's not the case, you know, it may not necessarily be that you want to know more about this for some of you. For some of you, this is just about what you have learned and putting that into action here. Whether that's through the boundaries, you know, whether that's through you saying, hey, I deserve better than this. I'm not accepting anything less than this as well, you know, and that has to do with communication as well too. Even if for some of you, you don't want communication, you know, like, you know, how we were talking about it in the first part, like if you're here and you're wondering, like, you know, why are you attracting this? This is for you to lay down your laws, your wants, your needs, you know what I'm saying? And I think that this person will be open to learning this as well from you. Because I think with the Page of Swords coming out, one of the reasons why this is, you know, being manifested or attracted to you is because this person is just feeling like they need to know. Oh, we have the 8 of Wands. This is very energetic attraction. Yeah, this is about this person, I feel, reaching out. When the 8 of Wands comes out, a lot of time, expect a message soon. Expect some sort of communication for sure, or something reaching you. You know, that's kind of like that 8 of Wands energy. We also did have that card that literally says, it had a little envelope on there and it said expect to hear from them soon. Oh, we have the 6 of Wands at the bottom too. Wanting to make this work. Why is this person attracting this? We have the 9 of Swords. Why is this person attracting? Why is pile 1 attracting this connection, please? Ooh. Ooh. We have the Magician, which is about manifestations. Okay. Interesting. So this is something that you and this person are definitely manifesting with the Magician right here. Let's just say it. Now, I feel as though there is something you should know about this manifestation and about this person coming back into your life. And it has a lot to do with the fears and the doubts. Look at, we have the Judgment card, which is literally depicted as a hand reaching up from the grave. If that's not freaking perfect for this reading, I don't know what is. But with the Judgment call being at the bottom of the deck, though, initially, this is a great time for you to learn from your past mistakes. And this is kind of what we're seeing here through this. We have the Fool card on one side of the Magician, and we have the 9 of Swords card on the other side of the Magician. Now, you and this person, and I know that it takes 2 to tango, but I am just going to talk to you because you're the one here for this reading, okay? So, unless the other person is here too, then hey, what's up? But, with the 9 of Swords here, I think this is about you overcoming your fears and all of those things that are mentally holding you back. So, and I'm hearing specifically from Spirit, again, this is that message of what's mentally draining you, finding your power, finding your peace of mind. And also with this Fool card, you know, kind of letting go of attachments. For some of you, this is about letting go of attachments to the outcome as well. I'm hearing a specific line in a lyric, which actually reminded me, this is your channeled song. So the channeled song that you had was I Remember. And I feel like that's very telling to this energy, like, you know, remembering what was said, remembering what was done. Whether or not this is something that you feel like you could forgive, that would be something that you would initially want to address, obviously, before you accept anything back into your life, if you're able to do that. But I feel like this is about remembering what you have learned. And the specific lyric, that was the name of the song, but the specific lyric that I was hearing from your song was, you don't have to give up to let go. And there's another line that says, you don't have to move on to let go. And so one of the biggest lessons here is letting go of a lot of these triggering things, letting go of a lot of these attachment styles, these wounds that seem to be coming up for both parties, and allowing yourself to express yourself freely with this Fool card here, allowing the energy to be renewed, allowing yourself to have some sort of peace of mind. This is going to be something that you may have to work on as well. It's not like you're just going to decide that and it's going to be peaceful and easy and rainbows the whole time. Like, no, you may have to continue to come back to this place of knowing, come back to this place of inner power, and realize that you are a creator as well. You are co-creating just as much as this other person and just as much as the universe here as well. And so with taking your power back with this Magician here, this is about you realizing that you've had power in this all along. Whether or not you feel like you have control of your circumstances or not is not really what I'm talking about. It's about your inner strength and your inner power to guide yourself, to see things clearly, to do what you want to do, to not feel guilty about what you want as well, is what I'm hearing. There's a lot coming up for you, Biowood. To not feel guilty about what you want, and to realize that you have the tools to make this happen, that you have the tools to make this successful. And even if, and this is why this requires you to let go of the outcome, because it's not about making this work or you guys being together forever and in the end and stuff. This is something that of course you would want, but it's not something that is needed. This is something for you to just, it's like almost like to just say fuck it, to do what you want, but to feel good while doing it. And if this situation is something that you learn that does not make you feel good, or this person does not treat you the way that you deserve, that is a form of taking your power back as well. But I'm hearing that there's going to be a relief when this time comes around for you specifically, if that happens. So you would say, well, at least I know, because I think that there was a lot of up in the air energy. And I think that's why you were kind of getting that tug and pull, draining energy on both sides, because there was something that was still not complete here. And I think that there's still things that you need to see, but you need to remember that you are so powerful. And I think that this is about you not giving your power away due to these fears as well. Like, for example, okay, this is like for an example, okay? So say that you and this person are reconnected and everything is going fine. Well, then all of a sudden you're left on red, okay, for, let's say, like a few hours or something. This is just an example, okay? So there's a message here and you're left on red for a few hours. Oh my gosh, that Nine of Swords energy starts to kick in. Your thoughts, you start to go crazy, right? You're like, oh, now they're going to leave me on red, blah, blah, blah. I need to block them. I need to do this. Turns out if you were to just say, fuck it, it'll work out the way it's meant to work out. Maybe in a couple hours, you receive a message of them saying, so sorry. Oh my gosh, my phone died. Or there's just a reason, you know, or I was at work, or I was doing something, but I really wanted to read your message. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is about you really learning about yourself and coming out, regardless of how the situation ends, is so much stronger, so much wiser. Just that you can almost tackle any connection, like at that point, like you're like, fuck it, like I don't even care. You're like, I'm good regardless. And I think that this is a sense of inner freedom, and I'm feeling my heart almost wanting to burst through these blockages. And now I'm seeing the devil card of like releasing these chains of like this codependency, but still doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's this beautiful dance that you are going to be doing with your inner self, and you're going to be healing this, and you're going to be using this situation to heal yourself so much at the same time as well. Like, it's almost like you're going to be using this as a tool for your own inner healing, and this person's not even going to realize that, and you're just going to come out like so strong. And I feel like this person is going to think that you have changed a lot as well, and I think that this is going to be a good thing. Because I think that one of the things that you are going to need to see in this situation for you specifically is development. Is this person developing? Because you will be, and you need them to develop with you as well. Yeah, and with the Judgment card, it's like a wake-up call. It's time to do things differently. If you didn't like the way it was before, you have to make a different choice. You have to do something differently. And I think it starts within you, pile one. It starts within you of learning to let go of control, learning to let go of what will be and just let it play out. Because the Magician and the Fool card together, that's some pretty cool energy. I'm not going to lie. That's some pretty free, happy, I got this regardless what happens. Because the Fool is always somebody, you know, jumping off of or walking off a cliff. And that's kind of what we were talking about here for you. Like, no matter where this goes, no matter where I end up, like, I'm fine. Like, I'll be cool. And you are getting something out of this. You're getting a lot of growth out of this, regardless of what the outcome is going to be. But I think that there's a huge need, like I said before, of taking your expectations off of the outcome and focusing on inner and focusing on yourself as well, with those boundaries, not giving too much away, not worrying too much, not caring too much. Keeping your peace of mind is something that is going to be it's going to be something that's going to be very powerful, but I was going to say almost like a weapon in this case, but I don't want to say it like that, like you're have something against this person, but it's like, now no matter what they do, it's like, you're going to be like, I'm responsible for my own feelings. I'm responsible for what I accept and how I feel. And that right there is you quite literally taking your power back from somebody else. And it's not like this person wants, I feel like it's not like this person wants you to be powerless or wants your power. We just don't realize where we give our power away in connections and how we react as well. This is going to be also a lesson for you on acting on what it is you feel like you should do and what it is that you know, and not acting on because you felt this way, because you felt like this person did this, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a lot of maturity and a lot of growth coming here for you and this person specifically. And this is where the turning point is. This is where you decide, okay, we can make this work. it's getting better, or it's getting worse, or it's just the same as it was before, you know? And then like we saw in the beginning half, the decision is, I think, ultimately going to be up to you. So yeah. So on that note, let's get some advice for you here. Oh, Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 1 in regards to this connection and this situation, on what they're attracting? What do we have for pile 1 here? Hang on. Oh my gosh, wake up your tenacity and determination. Ooh, I love this, because I feel like this is about you waiting to see, first of all, like how we were talking about, like waiting to see how things play out, but also not giving in too easily. Let's get another one. Wake up your tenacity and determination. Yeah, your strength is like unmatched. Let's see. Let's get one more. Maybe 2 more, actually. Let's get 3 of these for you. So, what is some advice here? So we have swimming in duality, laying a strong foundation. Wow, this is definitely about, hold on, let's read this one and then we'll talk about it. We have elevation, gaining the advantage. Look at that for you. I love that for you. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have telepathic communication with ancient knowledge. You are somebody who's very connected to the divine. I think a lot of you know this as well. And I think you do get a lot of divine insights. And I think one of the things that you should be aware of is that and you probably are aware of, but sometimes it can still get a little confusing, is that your divine insights don't come through fear or panic. They come to you in a calm kind of way, as in like it's almost like a feeling of like, well, I feel pulled to do this, or I should do this. And it's also different for everybody as well, depending on, you know, how you are and your relationship with the divine. But for sure, this is about you calming that inner storm and being able to see things clearly. Now with this hang on, I think that there are things for you to see. This is that energy of don't react so quickly. And things aren't always what they seem. And when you are somebody who is able to control your reactions and observe, you do gain the advantage. Okay? And it's kind of like waiting to see what else is going on with somebody. You don't always have to make a split decision. You don't always have to up and leave or anything like that, because there's something specific here that you need to see. And I think that this is going to end up turning out a lot differently than maybe you would even expect. And with this swimming in duality, laying a strong foundation, I think that the first time around, or at least this previous time, was very eye-opening and awakening. Excuse me. I always start burping at the end. I think it's a form of release. I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me. It's a, now I forgot what I was going to say. I was just going to repeat what I just said. Oh yeah, with this, it was very eye-opening and awakening for you. And I think that with these 2 cards together, there's a message here. Yes, so we were just talking about that kind of waiting and observing, not reacting. And also really taking your time. This is Spirit really wants you to take things really slow here at first and to take your time. And I feel like this person is going to be okay with doing that. For sure, if they're not okay with doing that, then there's your answer right there. But I think for the most part, this person is going to be okay with you taking your time and taking things slowly, laying that foundation. Maybe for some of you, starting to build a friendship again, almost like getting to know this person, getting deeper, and not taking it so seriously. And it's not that you're not going to take this seriously, like at all, like, or this person's not going to take you seriously. It's more like along the lines of like being playful here. And that is very much tied to, you know, that kind of not needing to know the outcome, or just releasing your attachments from the outcome, because when we feel like it has to be this, or this person has to act this way, or they have to do this, or I have to feel this, you know, there's all of these, like, you're putting on all of these like rules that not are necessarily works for every situation or every conversation or every, you know, point. And I think that it puts a lot of pressure on other people and ourselves. And so when we lift that pressure up and we kind of take things slow, we ease into it, we observe, you will be gaining this advantage, and you will be gaining a lot more than just that as well too. So there's, with this hang on, it's like, be patient here, have patience, start building these foundations and observe and watch how things turn out differently as well. And I think that there's going to be a need for forgiveness, specifically from yourself, for maybe not knowing what you knew before, or seeing things in a different light. For some of you, when that time comes, forgive yourself, because that's exactly what this situation was for. You don't even need to be upset with yourself, okay? There's something here about like, oh, well, I wouldn't feel that, or I wouldn't know that now if I didn't do that. You know, it's like almost like it's that energy of like, even our mistakes are divinely guided. That's how divinely guided you are. Even your mistakes are guided. You know what I'm saying? There are things to learn. Allow yourself to be human as well too. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow other people to be human, and allow them to make mistakes, and allow them to learn, and allow them to grow, because the forgiveness that you have for other people is the forgiveness that you have within yourself. Now, I want to point out, if this person does things that aren't good for you, or they're mean or vindictive, or anything like that, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm just talking about, you know, our willingness to learn from our mistakes. Okay, I'm not talking about accepting anyone else's behavior if that is something that is detrimental to you or not good for you in a way that is definitely not what you deserve. First and foremost is this, you have to make sure that this is something that you do deserve and that you want as well before you even get to this point. But I think for a lot of you, you know, being curious and playful, and being open to see where it goes, not putting too much pressure on it, is going to help a lot with your inner peace as well. It's going to help not only like letting the situation room to grow and flourish and see what happens so you can observe, but it's going to help with your inner peace. And I think inner peace is something that you need to focus on as well, because that's where those reactions can come from, is from this chaos, this disturbed energy within us. And so when you kind of and I'm not saying that that's not going to happen at all, but it's not someone else's responsibility all the time. There's something within you need to see. So, yeah. Also, there could be something with the swimming in duality in these fish. Pisces season could be very significant for some of you here as well, too. But it doesn't have to be. Also, I feel like this, you know, could be about Neptune and seeing through illusions as well. Illusions of the mind and illusions of your own emotions, and seeing and kind of coming back into a more grounded, like with this duality, it's also kind of like, you know, being practical but also being intuitive at the same time, like that kind of beautiful dance right in the middle, that balance between both is something that you're going to be obtaining and withholding. You may already have, but sometimes we meet people that, like, we could have that. We could be such a perfectly balanced person, but that, you know, we'll always run into people, like especially divinely guided people, that will definitely show us that that's not always the case, that we do have to still kind of learn and grow. So yeah, on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for staying till the end, pile one. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all the people who like the videos, who comment, who subscribe, and support the channel in any way. I'm so grateful for you. It just warms my heart. And I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys at the next reading. So if you are not subscribed and you don't want to miss out on the next reading, then you are more than welcome to hop on board now before you forget, and I will see you there. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading if you chose the selenite snake. I call this the selenite snake skin because it looks like snake skin. It looks really cool. Or if you chose the accurate AF tarot, welcome. So I'm going to set your tarot to the side. We are going to revisit that in a little bit, but first we're going to be looking at these oracles and some other tools to see who and what this connection is that you are manifesting or attracting into your life. So how did I do it? I'm trying to remember. How did I do this in pile one? What order? It doesn't matter. Let's pull these first because we're going to look at them later, but I want to pull them now and we're going to look at them in a little bit. So, Spirit, what is pile two attracting and manifesting? And who are they attracting and manifesting? Let's get like one more. Thank you. Get that out of the way now. Who is pile two manifesting or attracting and love, Spirit? Okay. So we will look at these in a second as well. I know, I'm nosy too. I want to see them right now, but trust, we will, okay? Okay, so now let's look at the oracles, which, ooh, you guys kind of got a lot. No, I think you guys only got like one more. All right, so we are looking at what and who you are attracting in love. The first card, I love that for you already, is the Sun. Let's see, let's go like this. The next card we have for you is the Damsel. So the light attributes are understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. The shadow attributes are waiting for a knight to provide you seduction by romantic illusions. Okay. I'm already getting downloads with this as well too. So this is already going to tell me this is a pretty juicy reading. So hope you are comfortable. The next card we have for you is the IC, the root. I always forget. I just say IC because that's what it's abbreviated in the birth chart. Because I can never remember how to pronounce it. I want to say the second word is like Coeli or something like that, but honestly I'm not 100% sure, so we're just going to stick to the IC. This is also the number 38 as well, which which actually reduces to the number 11, which you don't reduce because it is a master number, and we have the number 1 here too. So speaking of manifestations, we have 111. So 111 can be significant for you, or this could be something, a connection that you've actually been wanting to manifest, because that makes me think of like something that you've been wanting or been wishing for. So before I get into it, let's just lay all the cards out on the table. The next card we have for you is health. So it says health issues could arise on this card. Then we have the number 3, which is the Lovers. So the Lovers is the number 3 in this deck because this isn't a tarot deck, but it has a lot to do with the Lovers tarot. We have a sun and a moon here, which represents the duality, but I also just can't help but to think of the Empress when I think of the number 3 as well. Oh my gosh, 111. Wow, so this is something that you are definitely manifesting for sure, because 111 is definitely about our manifestations. Also, there's a message here that we're going to talk about that I've been seeing as well, about your thoughts and how they do create our perception and our reality. So we'll talk about that in a second. But the tea leaf cards that we have for you, pile 2, is we have door. So we have opportunities are waiting for you with the door. Knock, knock. Who's there? Dang, I can't think of a good joke right now. Your mama. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have Weeping Willow for the next card, which is family sorrow as well. And you know, Weeping Willows is one of my favorite trees of all time. I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry. It was not your mom at the door. So, okay, so we have, and then the family sorrow comes out. I'm like, what? Okay. So then we have Dolphin, which is financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Oh, I got a message with that as well, too. Okay, where do I even begin? There's a lot of messages coming out. So this is something that is Okay, so this is a great connection that you are manifesting, is what I'm hearing. But also, one of the biggest lessons that Spirit is already coming through and saying is that this connection is going to be what you make it. And what I mean by that is that there is going to be a lot of love here. With the lovers here, this is definitely somebody that has soulmate potential, divine counterpart potential as well. But this is going to be something that you are going to, it's going to be different. It's going to be different than your past connections, is what I'm hearing. And this is something that is great, because for some of you, I'm seeing that maybe you haven't had the healthiest past connections, or the best, maybe most loving, or just they haven't worked out. Obviously, if you're attracting something new, you know, then this is a newer connection, okay? But what I'm seeing here mostly is that this connection is going to challenge a lot of your beliefs, your inner beliefs, your subconscious beliefs, I should say, that you didn't even know maybe were there, because this is something that you've been wanting. This is a connection that has been waiting for you. This is a connection that has been manifesting for you when you are ready. You have learned so much from your past when this connection is going to come in, that those things that and those tools that you have learned is going to be kind of what has prepared you for this type of connection. I do think that for some of you, this is going to be quite triggering because of you not necessarily knowing if you can trust yourself. So basically, the message that I got with that damsel is the light attribute is understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. This is going to be a little bit challenging for you, because you're not going to know whether or not at first if this is a healthy connection, or if this is going to be another lesson. And this is going to be something that you're going to have to trust and rely on your instincts, rely on your intuition, and rely on your own inner strength as well to determine if this is that connection for you or not. So that in that way, I feel like it's going to be a little bit triggering, especially with this root. You know, it's going to be for you to open up and challenge yourself to feel safe and in this connection as well. Now, I do believe that there's also a lesson here about not opening up and giving too much of yourself too fast, too quickly, that you have also developed a certain you've developed a certain like multiple, and now I'm kind of thinking you develop certain boundaries within yourself that you are still being asked to uphold. Just because this connection, you know, we have the sun and the lovers and everything like that, doesn't mean like, oh yes, here's my heart, give it to you right away. Don't get me wrong, this person is, and you are still going to have to probably earn, you know, the trust in all of that and everything. And also you are going to have to, and you're going to want to, is what I'm hearing as well too. You're not only going to have to, but you're going to want to build this with firm foundations. And I can't stress to you the importance of firm foundations in a connection. You know, that's what can withhold the stand of time. And also, when we always see these tower moments coming in other connections, or maybe your past relationships, you watch readings or you give yourself readings and it's the tower, it's because the tower comes in when there was never any firm foundations to begin with. It's always usually something that can be destroyed, whether that's to be rebuilt or to, you know, move on, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And so you're going to be challenged to do this the healthy way, the right way, the quote unquote right way. And I say quote unquote because there is no right way. It's your way, and it's how you want this to be. And I feel like this is going to be a person that's going to want the same things as you, because with this Lovers card, I'm feeling that there's going to be a mutual respect here. There's going to be a mutual want and a mutual desire. So that's already on your side, and that's great. I feel like, I'm just going to be honest with you, File 2, I feel like a lot of these challenges are going to be coming from within you. You may be tested as well. We have a lot of deeply rooted things. We have 2 trees, and we have the weeping willow. And you know what's crazy? Yes, this is talking about family sorrow. So I think this goes back to like ancestral things, you know, that maybe you've taken in this life, whether or not you've subconsciously or consciously known about it as well. This could be something that this other person is going to be challenged to learning as well too, things from childhood. But the thing about the weeping willow is that so there's parts where, and there's like places where people do not want weeping willows, even though they're the most beautiful trees in my opinion, but their roots run so deep that it can get in the way of plumbing. It can get in the way of other foundations and things like that. And so with that being said, this right here next to this tree and this root, I think that you're going to be looking at yourself and you're going to be healing a lot of things that you didn't even know were there, or maybe you didn't know how deeply rooted these things were. And I feel like for some of you, a lot of this is trust. For some of you, a lot of this is opening up again and also allowing yourself to love freely with the risk of getting hurt. Now, I'm hearing that this person is going to be going through that same thing as well, so you're not going to be alone. And I feel as though communication can be something very, very helpful. And then I feel like this person is going to have a very soft spot for you, so they are going to be willing to communicate with you and listen to you and things like that. Now, it's crazy how we were just talking about how I call that the snake skin, and it's right on top of the sun as well too, is that this is going to be something that your outlook is going to be very important, and your perspective is going to be very important as well too. If you keep a positive mindset, and it's not that you're going to have to be happy and positive all the time and be like this, it's that this is the outlook, the bigger picture per se of this. If you keep a positive outlook, there's going to be a lot of great things or a lot of great potential here, I should say, with this connection. Now that goes back to the snake skin here, which is all about leaving the past in the past. You know, metaphorically, the snake skin represents the old. It represents the past and things, and the snake has already shedded its skin and has transformed and has moved on and is able to feel fresher, feel lighter, feel better. It's just an overall feeling of renewal. And I think that a lot of your past experiences has transformed you in ways that has prepared you for a connection like this. But it's also coming through very strongly to be aware that, these things may come back, because that's what happens. But you are also strong enough to handle them, and they're not here to make you think that this is some sort of intuition, that this is going to be horrible and not going to work out. They're here for you to look within, to comfort yourself, and to remember that inner strength that you have when you're able, basically to sum it up like this, is like, yes, you've gone through lessons. Yes, you've gone through experiences. You have every right to be weary of what's coming towards you if you haven't been treated the best in the past. That's perfect, because that's boundaries. That's, you're being safe and things like that. But this connection is going to get you out of your comfort zone in a way to kind of open that up regardless of these things. And I think that this is something that is going to come naturally, but you're only hearing this probably just to be reminded of, the fact that this is about your growth and your learning. And I think that this is going to be mirrored on the other person, but I'm just gonna be honest, I'm talking to you. So I'm not talking to them. So I'm kind of referring to you as well. But this is about uprooting as well, like uprooting all of those things that are inside. And that is something that is going to be challenging, but it's not because this connection is going to fail, or and I don't know the future of this connection, but I'm saying it's not because there's anything wrong. It's because you are being prepared and initiated for a love that you deserve. And sometimes we got to move out the weeds. We got to, if we got to plant seeds, we got to take out the weeds first so they can grow. And so that could just mean that this does have a little bit of challenges at first, but it's not necessarily anything to break you or this person. But we have the dolphin and the sun here too. So I don't want to dwell on all of the things that I just like to, I'm an informer, of course these things are coming up, but we have the sun, the dolphin, and the lovers. This is such a beautiful energy. There's, like I said, there's a lot of love here and warmth as well. And, I think with the damsel as well too, this could also be, for some of you, this person may want to nurture you and may want to take care of you in certain ways. And you may have felt in the past when you wanted to be nurtured and taken care of, you kind of gotten taken advantage of as well. And I think that this is different, but I think you've learned to rely on yourself enough that you can trust yourself to open up, and you can trust yourself to, let that sensitive side of yours show again. You can open up and let that vulnerability show as well, because you know that you'll be fine regardless. and these are things that you have learned, and that it was important for you to learn this before this connection comes in. For some of you too, and just, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but for some of you, you could meet this person through work as well. That doesn't have to be the case, but there could be some kind of financial thing. This person could help you financially, but I'm getting for the main message with this dolphin is what we were talking about, because it says financial gain usually coming from something in the past. I think that this is wealth of growth, wealth of knowledge that you have gained from your past experiences. That was the message when I was like, oh, I got a message with that. That's what that was as well. So, yeah, and I feel like this is really good, but it's going to feel weird. It's just, and that's normal. I want you to know that that's normal, you know, to have a healthy connection after maybe only experiencing like, maybe it's connections that were like wild or a little toxic or a little crazy or very intense, you know, and I'm not saying that the attraction and the intensity is not going to be here, but it's not going to be like the other ones. It's almost like this is going to be almost like a shock for some of you in connections for your nervous system. If you've been really working on regulating your nervous system, feeling safe in your own body, feeling safe in your life and safe in your environment, that's something that's been preparing you for this as well too, because maybe you felt before that you couldn't be safe in connections, or maybe in some case scenarios, the way that we grow up, if we grow up with like in a chaotic household, or we grow up in situations where there's a lot of craziness or chaos around, that's kind of what we used to cling to, or what we cling to until we heal. You know, we feel like that's our comfort zone as well. And so this is just, all this is just going to challenge those inner beliefs that don't serve you anymore. And it's got a lot of potential. This connection has a lot of potential here as well too. So this is going to be something that you and each other are going to want to work on, and it's going to be worth it. And like I said, that 111, all of that 111 energy just makes me think that this is something that you've been wanting. You've been wanting to manifest this. And maybe you may realize as well that these past situations had showed you how to care for it, what you do want, what you don't want, what you will accept, what you won't accept, your boundaries, all of these things, you know? And that's why we have leaving that in behind. It's like, once you're ready, this is going to come in for you. And that's timeline's going to be different for every single one of you. So let's look at these now. And see what else about this connection, about who this is. Ooh, Scorpio. Again, that's kind of giving me that like intense transformative energy. But also, I can't ignore the messages coming through that this could be a very sexual connection as well. Sexually healing is what I'm hearing too. Someone where you feel comfortable and safe enough to open up to. You can explore your sexuality with this person, and in probably ways that feel deeper. Feel like you can do that on a deeper level. I think it's really important to, you know, connect with our inner sacred sexuality. There's a lot of power within that, and a lot of creation energy within that as well. And I just think it's very healthy to have a nice sexual relationship with yourself. Ooh, stylish. Ooh, you could be very attracted to how this person looks as well too. This could be like you just really like their style. There's something about the way that they dress, or maybe the way they do their hair, or just something about them that you're like, dang, this person has swag. Do people still say that? Practical. Yeah, I love that. I think this is an energy that is really needed for you, a practical energy. For some of you, you may be like, oh, I you know, it's not that this person isn't going to be, you know, why did I hear whimsical? That just makes me think of like fairies and stuff. I mean, I love fairies. Shout out to the fairies, but I don't know why that adjective came out. But this is going to be practical in a sense of like, it's safer, if that makes sense. It's like, now I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So I think with this practicality, this is about you and this person taking your time to get to know each other. It's not going to be rushed in. It's not going to be one of those really hot and heavy, super intense. I mean, it could still be intense because we have Scorpio, but it's not going to be one of those really hot, heavy, super intense connections where they leave you feeling like what the hell just happened after, because they come in just as, and they stay just as, or they leave just as quickly as they come in. You know, this is going to be something for more long term. This Lovers card is telling me as well that this is going to be something more long term for you and for this connection, that you and this person are going to be in it for the long haul. And like I said, there's going to be an equal infatuation with each other, which I think is pretty cool, because especially with this, that sexual energy coming out, like that's my ideal connection. You know, I mean, if you ask me, I'm like, there's a mutual respect, an equal attraction, amount of attraction, or I don't want to say obsession, but like, you know, to where you guys are on the same level. It's not one person pining after the other and vice versa. It's like that tug of war, like one pulls away. No. There's an equal attraction and mutual respect and lots and lots of sex. And communication. Oh, and communication skills as well too, which we were kind of seeing that in the beginning, that communication is going to be something that is going to be needed here. And that's going to take you being vulnerable and this person being vulnerable as well. But yeah, so that with the practical, slow moving, like, you know, taking my time, seeing where this goes, doing things differently than before. It may feel a bit differently before, but it also may bring up old feelings that, you know, were too familiar, that you don't want to feel. But like I said, that's not necessarily the truth. I feel like you're going to be guided. You and this person are going to be guided to see through these illusions of the emotions, illusions of the mind, and focus on what it is that you want. And I think that you and this person are going to have mutual goals as well with this financial energy, and mutual aspirations too. Whether or not it's the same exact thing, it's like you might have a very similar outlook to this person in life, which is going to be very helpful for you. Maybe for some of you, you could share the same North Node. That doesn't have to be the case, but that's just something that was coming up. The next one we have is, ooh, nice smile. And I'm hearing with this nice smile, this person may make you laugh. They may make you smile a lot as well. Like when you think about them, you could just catch yourself smiling. Yes, I think that they do have a nice smile, or they may say that you have a nice smile. That could be a sign for some of you as well too, if they say, oh, you have a really nice smile as well. But I just got the message when I opened that of like this person kind of making you smile, making you laugh, making you feel all giddy. And who doesn't want that, you know? Also with this door, the opportunities that are waiting for you, I can't remember if I said this already, but it's like, obviously it's all up to you on how, if you're willing to open up to this person, if you're willing to step through. But I feel like with that door as well, this is like opening up, like quite literally needing to open up, and also kind of walking through and stepping into a brand new experience. So something that you haven't experienced before. It's going to be something different, but also it requires you to quite literally open up first, which we all know you got to do that in connections. This isn't something that you are unaware of. Maybe this is just coming for you to remind you, you know, when you're feeling uncomfortable, or when you're curious, or when you're thinking it may be like the past, or all the past situations. This is here to remind you that this is a new experience, that it doesn't have to be based or rooted in those experiences, that you can look at this in a brand new light, almost like full card energy, like knowing that you're guided and protected, but you're going to take that step anyways. Ooh, we have hard working. This connection with this financial gain as well too, like this person's work ethic, they could inspire you, or you guys could just have a mutual agreement of making lots of money together. And this is also about, I'm hearing from Spirit, putting in the work and putting in the effort to get to know you, to learn more, to see where things are going. Again, this is in regards to the 8 of Pentacles. So this is about long-term investments, investing in each other for the long term. Being able to work together as well, but also like not just wanting to give up when things get a little bit hard. Like I think that this person and you are going to want to mutually work on things, because no relationship is perfect. No relationship is not going to have any problems at all. That would be so foolish to think that, you know, to think, oh, it's just going to be all nice. Like, but you want somebody who is going to want to put in the work with you and for you, because you deserve that. Oh, we have leader as well. This came up in pile 1, but these are, don't think I'm saying like how I have before about, oh, maybe you should check out pile 1. No. These are 2 separate energies. But I'm saying this came up in pile 1, and I was almost going to say what I was said in pile 1, but now I like literally had to stop myself. Like, I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, oh, because I'm like, no, that's not the case here. I do think that this person has, yes, leadership qualities that are great, but I think that this person is not going to be afraid to take the lead. And I think that this person likes to lead, but also I feel like this is someone that it's going to be, you're going to be safe with to be led by. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there's people that come into your life and they want to take the lead, but they have no idea where the heck they're going, or it's just not for the best. I think that this person with this leader has not just their best interest in mind, but they will want to have your best interest in mind too. And that is what makes a great leader, is somebody that doesn't just think about themselves or want to just boss somebody around or, you know, or anything like that. Like they have this mentality of like, well, it's a team effort, you know, it works together, but maybe if I know something better, if I know what's best, or if I want what's best, then I can, you know, step up and lead. Lead by example as well too is something that's coming up. And also, I can't help but to think hardworking leader in this financial gain. For some of you, this could be like somebody like a boss at work. Again, that message is not for everybody, but that it could be like somebody who is in a leadership role in your life that you come across too. So let's look at the initials here. So we have the letter F. This could be first and last. It could be just, or something significant. It doesn't have to always just be the first and last. Like if someone has like for example, like sometimes when Z comes out, like Z is a very prominent, I feel like sound. And so I like to say sometimes that could just be a sign as well. Anyways, so we have F. We also have the letter K. We have the letter H. We have the letter B. We have the letter E. We have the letter Y, which these together, I know it doesn't spell it, but it sounds out like bay. I don't think this spells it either, but that reminds me of fae too. Maybe you have a lot of, maybe you're connected to the fairies, because that's come up twice. Also, you could be really connected with this right here. You could be really connected with just the elemental spirits in general. You can be really connected to nature. Also, going out in the sun is something that is very healing. If you feel like, and obviously the sun is out, but if you feel like you need clarity, or you feel like you need to calm yourself, just going out and standing in the sun and taking some deep breaths is tremendously helpful as well. And vital is first what I'm hearing from Spirit. Spirit said it's vital. So make sure, when I'm posting this, we're kind of in those winter months transitioning to spring. So I know it's raining in places a lot, but if you can, try to get some sun or some vitamin D, and not the other vitamin D. You know what vitamin D I'm talking about. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter. So we also have V, which now that my mind was in the gutter, I was thinking of, let's just not talk about that. And we also have M, and we have W, which for some reason there's a mirroring energy with this MW, like, because it keeps, first of all, it keeps wanting to go flip over and when I'm trying to put it down, but they're like basically the same, and it's like one's like this, one's like that. I don't know why, but for some reason that's giving me like something that I can't articulate, so we're just gonna not talk about it. Bae, why does that remind me of like Beyonce? I think because that's how you spell her name, huh? VMWE. Yep. So these are the initials that we pulled. They don't have to 100% resonate. Oh my gosh. So sorry. but I like looked over and I had to like, I just had this really strong feeling that I had to pull these two. So we have J and we have I. We also have Jim right here. Ooh, we have him. I thought we had Jet for a second, but we don't have a T. Oh well, so I'll leave you to that, to put those two together, because I want to move on to the other part of your reading before it gets too late. So this was the first part. Now we're going to be using the tarot. Oh, I wanted to finish what I was saying as well too, but I always interrupt myself, so sorry about that, guys. But they don't have to be the initials as well. This is a general reading. But if you would like to maybe like write them down, this seems like for some of you, this seems like a person that you have yet to meet or have just met. So sometimes initials can be, you know, pointless if you haven't met the person yet. So if you write them down and you like hold on to it, and then if it matches like later when you meet somebody, that would be really cool too. Okay. So now we're going to take your tarot and I'm going to ask Spirit here, please tune me into my pile 2's collective connection with this person. And can you please show me in pile 2 why they are attracting or manifesting this person? Which I do think we saw a lot of the reasons why in the first part, or at least a glimpse of like, you know, you going through your past and things like that and healing and stuff. So let's see. So Spirit, why is pile 2 attracting this person or this connection into their life, please? Why are they attracting this connection, I mean, into their life, Spirit? Pile 2. This deck is really sticky, so I'll probably just take the top one, unless like it just maybe like one other one to come. Oh. Never mind, I spoke too soon. We don't need to. So we have the Hanged One, which is, in this deck it says transition and sacrifice. And that's crazy because, we were just talking about, I feel like there was a message about transitioning in the first part of your reading. And I think that this is a beautiful energy of surrender too. It's like when you have finally surrendered to the circumstances and allowed this energy to come in, it will come in. For some of you, this could also be indicating letting go fully of a past connection, something that you have maybe been holding on to, or something that you are still kind of healing from, whether or not you've let go of this. Sometimes I like to remind people too that letting go is a process. For sure, letting go is definitely a process. Sometimes I still have to let go of things that I've let go of, you know, months or years ago. It's I'll let go of something. I'll initially let go of something, you know, and then I let go of it the next day, and then I'll let go of it the next day too, because these things are not linear. They come back and we process them the way that we process them as well too. So we have the Hanged One. We also have the 8 of Pentacles, which is, it just makes me think of work. So something about working. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Oh my gosh, new direction and walking away. Yeah. Oh, I love this 8 of Pentacles here. It says positive potential and resourcefulness. So you're attracting this connection because you have taken, or this could be when you do as well. You have taken your time and your energy and you put it back on yourself. I feel like you have gone through quite literally a transformation, a transition. You are releasing the old and releasing all of this. And when it is time and when it is aligned, you will definitely attract this person into your life. Like I said, some of you could meet through work, but it doesn't have to be. There's just a lot of work. I think you have been working on yourself, and I think that you have been very diligent in your efforts and working on your life as well. So if this is something that you have been doing, this person is either on the way to you, or maybe, like I said, for some of you, you could have just met this person. If this is something you are in the process of doing, then this is something that is coming to you. Now, I think that this is about you as well, letting go and stepping into the unknown and trusting that. And that's what brings us back to this surrender with this Hanged One of like, all right, I'm not sure where I'm 100% being led to, but I know my intuition is telling me that there's something better out there for me, that there's more out there for me. And now I'm just going to work and focus on myself and do what I got to do. And this is when this will quite literally come to you. I feel like you've been doing such a good job as well too. So do not be hard on yourself. Also, the 2 8s and the snake, this is a very karmic energy. And I don't mean karmic as in like, sometimes karmic energy can get a bad rap. Every relationship is karmic in some way, shape, or form or another. I'm so sorry. I did that in pile 1 too. I can't help it. It's just your karmic path. Everyone has a karmic path, and we are meant to meet individuals along the way. And with the 8 as well, this is an energy of what you put out comes back. So the energy that you've been putting out, the work you've been doing on yourself, the letting go, the releasing, and all of these things, they are coming back to you. And I'm hearing that this is a very significant connection for some of you. Okay, now this is where it may get a little confusing, because now I feel like I might confuse you with this message, so please forgive me. But also, I feel like for some of you, not all of you, this is the next very significant connection, maybe not the very next connection you attract into your life. Your discernment is going to be your superpower here, on how it makes you feel as well. And I don't want to say that to put fear in you. This is something that's going to be natural. If it's not meant to work out, it's not meant to work out. If it's meant to work out, it's meant to work out. You know what I'm saying? If this is that person, if that's meant to be, it'll be. But also you need to have patience. And I think that one of the things that you have also been learning to is to let things come in and to let things go when they're meant to be released as well, and not holding on too tightly. So that could be almost like some sort of lesson for you, as if somebody can come in and it's about you not holding on to them, or asking yourself maybe why, and learning on why you may just want to attach yourself to the people that tend to drift into your life because you are, maybe you're attracted to them or they seem like good and all of these things. But when it starts to show you otherwise, you still feel very much attached. There's a lesson here in releasing that as well too. And it's also preparing you for this specific connection that you are attracting. So I feel like you've been learning so much specifically about yourself, and you've been really healing, and you've been surrendering to the divine. You've been working on what you need to work on, focusing on your skills, your day-to-day, whether that's your career and things like that. And then when that happens, this is going to just naturally come into your life in such a beautiful way. I think this, for a lot of you, this is something to look forward to here. This is something to remember, that the situation that you may be currently in isn't the only situation, that things do change. And also to remember that things that, you let go of doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be without, or that it's a loss. One time I got this message through the channeled messages that I have, the little handwritten ones, and it was for myself. I was doing a reading on myself, and I felt called to do that. And it was about a past connection or that came out, and it said losing them was my karma. And I kind of, at first, like, my ego was like, what? Like, losing them was my karma. I was like, what does that mean, Spirit? Like, I was like, it's my loss or whatever. And then I got some tarot cards, and the sun actually came out, and the sun was in yours as well too. And then the download that I got with that specifically was that not every loss is a loss. Not every loss is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a positive thing to let things go. It's a positive thing to lose situations that aren't aligned with you. It's a positive thing to lose connections that aren't good for you as well. And that's something that was like really eye-opening to me. And that's coming. And honestly, guys, I don't know how the hell I remembered this, because this was months ago when I did this reading. Like, it's coming to me because it's obviously specific for this situation. And I think that that's such a beautiful perspective shift to have as well, is that not losing everything is a total loss, that it actually, in the grand scheme of things, in the bigger picture, it can be something completely beneficial, because now we get to attract what we deserve. And I think that's so beautiful and so telling to this energy and to this connection. So I'm actually really happy for you, and I'm really proud of you as well. You've been doing what you need to to, whether or not you feel like you're further along or where you're supposed to be when this connection comes, doesn't matter, because you're going there. You're going to be there. Like I said, this is something along your path as well. So pretty exciting. So now on that note, I want to get your advice. So Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 2 here in regards to this situation? What advice do we have for pile 2 in regards to this connection and this situation, and anything they may need to know? Oh, we have looping. This is so perfect. Get the fuck out of here. We were just talking about this, the snake skin, releasing the past. We were just talking about this. Okay. Looping, cycles of life and death. Honor, bless, and release the past. This has been the whole theme for your entire reading. And this is something that you are doing, but remember that it's purposeful as well. Also, this alligator here is symbolizing to me personally. There's a lot of, I love this deck. There's a lot of symbology in there, like the skulls and all that stuff too. But the alligator is specifically symbolizing to me the time that you feel you are quote unquote waiting, you know, for things, that you are using this very wisely as healing. This is healing for you. This is adapting for you in your situation and in your life. And the message is just, do not be afraid to let go. Do not be afraid to see what else is out there. Do not be afraid to step into the unknown, because there is infinite potential out there for you. You are a limitless being, and sometimes we don't remember that. And I can be the first to say, sometimes I don't feel like a limitless being all the time as well too, especially when I'm going through challenges, or when I'm you know, kind of stuck in holding on to things that I wanted so badly. I wanted to work out so badly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't feel like that. And it's okay to not feel like that, but you still are. You still are. And we are able to attract amazing things once we learn to let go of the things that aren't for us. Now, this could also be inner too. If you've let go of the exes, if you've let go of all of the people and the places and things that don't serve you, this is just that final nail in the coffin for you, pile 2. Okay, so I'm not saying that you have to do all this more or anything like that, but this is just that final exhale, that final release, that final stage to where you can finally leave this old skin behind, and you can have some sort of rebirth here in yourself and in your energy. And I think that you are wanting to be, your higher self wants you to be like not the best, because we can always be better, we can always do something like that, yeah, we can get caught in that loop, but your higher self wants you to be a great version of yourself as well. And it's not only about you attracting other people, it's about you becoming who you're meant to become and aligning with those people that are on your level. So your growth and your detachment and your things are what is aligning you to this. And I heard that you're elevating. It's all about your elevation. And with the honor and bless and release the past, I think that you don't have to 100% have all of this forgiveness or all of this honor for the past. I think that in the future, when this connection, or whenever, I shouldn't say in the future, but whenever this connection and you come into union here, I feel as though it'll be a lot easier for sure to honor and bless the past. Like, you'll be like, all right, now I see why now. And sometimes it's so hard, and that's why we have this surrender energy. Sometimes it's so hard to surrender to the unknown, to see something that we can't see, to know something that we don't know yet. I like to think of it, that came up in another reading before too. I like to think of it as like, it can be so hard for us to imagine a future. It's the same thing as like, or imagine people we haven't met, or imagine connections that we haven't experienced. It's like the same as like someone saying, well, try to think of a color that doesn't exist. Sometimes we just can't, you know, like our minds just aren't capable of doing that. We know what we want, we know what we expect, but we don't know what it's going to be. And with that being said, sometimes we just have to remember that we just maybe aren't meant to know, and that we are meant to trust, because with trust becomes peace of mind. When you're not trusting, you're still moving, but you're like, and you have this inner chaos the whole time. When you are trusting, the whole time, or at least trusting in yourself or the divine, or something that you can trust in full-heartedly, you know, even if it's just the future. Like, if you just trust that there's a future coming, and that there's new energy, that things change, because change is inevitable. Change is the only constant. Everything is changing, everything is moving. And so if you just trust in that, and remember that you're not going to be in this situation forever, and that there is better coming for you, you know, you will feel more peaceful, and you will have an inner sense of knowing. And connect to your spirit as well, as much as you can. Your spirit, your higher self, spirit, whatever it is, because your spirit is guiding you, and has a lot of wisdom for you that it does share, and you do hear. But I feel as though when you connect to your spirit on a more personal level, like we have, you know, like our emotional body, we have a physical body, and we have our spiritual body. Connect to all of those, but connect to your spirit right now, because there will be a lot of peace for you. So meditation could be something that is really important for you to do right now as well too. And I'm hearing have patience with that. When you try to connect with your spirit, or for some of you, you could be really good at that already, and that's fine. But for those of you that maybe have been wanting a meditation practice, or like been wanting to connect on a deeper level to yourself, have patience. Sometimes it doesn't always just happen at first, you know. Have patience with yourself. It's almost like sometimes when you're meditating, it's like a muscle as well. Like when you work out and you go to the gym, you know, you're training the muscles. You're not going to be able to be as strong, you know, at first as you are, you know, months down the road. And I don't even think it takes months. Well, it depends. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's like a muscle. You're training it. Bottom of the deck, look it. Bottom of the deck, we have soul assistance, soul guidance. As I was just saying, connect to your spirit. Unique perspective. Oh, I love that. Breaking down your constructs. Embrace new opportunities. That was a main message in your reading as well. I love that. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because I feel like we already talked about almost everything so far, but these are kind of just reaffirming what we were looking at before. And then at the bottom, we have slow and steady, which is kind of reaffirming of like when this connection comes, you know, it's slow and steady. And look, standing at the threshold of something new. Oh my gosh, for some of you, I was like, you're like in that final step. Like you're literally like putting the nails in the coffin of the old version of your life and the old version of you. And you're going to be stepping into something new as well. I'm excited for you, Pile 2. This is going to be great. You're great. Love you. You got this. So on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you to all who like, comment, and subscribe. Just know I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And also thank you, also if you are not subscribed, well, thank you anyways, but if you, just for being here, but if you're not subscribed and you would like to, or you would like to see future readings, or I have tons of content already that you may want to look at, you are more than welcome to subscribe now so you don't forget, and I will see you guys there. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading if you chose the Hemimorphite Tower, or if you chose the Apparition Tarot. Either way, welcome. So I'm going to set your tarot to the side because we are going to be using that in a little bit. First, we're going to be just getting these out here. We're going to look at these in a little bit as well too. We're going to be looking at your oracles, and we are going to be seeing who and what you are attracting in love. And then we're going to be using the tarot to see why you are attracting this connection or this person. So let me just, I already pre-mixed it, but I like to give it a little shaky shake first. So Spirit, who and what is Pile 3 attracting in love right now, please? Ooh, that's a lot. All right. Okay, and we'll look at those shortly. I promise it won't be too long. Actually, I can't make any promises. You know me, guys. I'm a yapper. Oh, it was 111 when I looked at the clock on the screen. I was like, what is that called? Who is Pile 3 attracting in love, Spirit? Okay. Okay, so let's look at your cards now. So I'm going to put these here. So the first card we have for who and what you are attracting in love is the Thinking Man in reverse. And I think I'm going to utilize my space as much as possible. We have the 7th house with relationships. Oh, 45 and 46. We also have pets, which is getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Stop moving. Oh my goodness. Sorry if it's crooked. I apologize. We also have companion. So the light attributes are loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And then the shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences, a loss of personal identity. Then we also have the child. Oh, which is interesting. That's the number 16 in this deck. And we also have the unicorn, which is use your intuition to make beneficial changes. We also have the tower, which is solid foundation, success with effort. And we have the claw, which is be careful, do not take risks. Okay. This is an interesting energy that you are attracting. Now, I love the fact that we have companion and we have the 7th house, because this is making me think that this is somebody that is going to be a long-term relationship for you. This is somebody that you are going to get very comfortable with. And I want to say get, because with this Thinking Man in reverse, I feel as though it may take a while for this person to fully open up and come out of their shell. I feel like this person feels as though for some reason with you, they can read everybody else, but they can't read you. Like they think that you're kind of hard to read, if that makes sense. I do think that they eventually will. For some of you, you may know this person already, or this person may know you, and they have yet to address this here. But for most of you, I think this is just when you attract this person or manifest this person into your life. The Thinking Man in reverse, it's not necessarily a man. It could be any gender as well, I want to say, just depending on your situation and you. But also, it can also represent, like I said, the masculine energy of the person. So it can represent that forward movement, that action, feeling like they're strong enough, things like that. I don't think that this person normally has a problem with this as well. I think that this is like, it's almost like when this person comes to you, meets you, it kind of happens, especially with this tower. It kind of makes me think, because that's why when I was like, oh my gosh, that's the number 16, that makes me think of the tower. So we have 2 towers here, even though the tower is in this deck talks about having a solid foundation and having success with effort. Usually the tower in the tarot comes through to kind of knock down anything that's not on a firm foundation. So I don't think that it's a bad tower. I don't think that it's like, well, the tower is never really bad as well. Sometimes it can just be something that we don't necessarily enjoy. You know, it's not like bad, but I do think there's a lot of beautiful energy, and I think that when this person and you become comfortable with each other, I think that this person and you start opening up and sharing, and it becomes a beautiful, beautiful connection. I don't think that that's something that's going to last forever. I think that that's just coming to your awareness, because maybe in the beginning, this person can seem a little aloof, or maybe in the beginning, this person could seem like they don't kind of care, or they can seem a little distant or avoidant. And that's just because this person is really trying to figure you out, trying to make sure they're making the best move or the best choice for themselves. That could be due to past things, because I feel like with this claw here as well, this person, and maybe even you too, but this person maybe had tended to get really attached in past connections, and they may feel themselves being able to get really attached to you, and that could cause them to kind of want to be very secure, to maybe even at first just really keep their distance. But all in all, this, like I said, with the 7th house and The companion, this seems like something that they're not going to be able to stay away from for very long. This is something that you and them are going to share. Like I said, it seems long-term since we have the 7th house here, because if it was more short fleeing, short-term, maybe just dates here and there, that would be more of the 5th house. When the 7th house comes, it's like this is someone that you are going to be in a relationship with. You may even quite literally get pets. I feel like and you may even have a child. So the child could just be if that's something you want, or for some of you it could be unexpected with this person, but if you're able to have children. And I was also kind of thinking with the pets here, like that could be you and this person's child, technically, like if that's something that you want, because I am also seeing the child as this person also feeling, and you feeling like you're able to be yourselves around each other. And I love the fact that when this card comes out, it's about being playful. It's about having more fun. It's about opening up and being silly and doing what you love and doing things together. And I think that that's this kind of thinking man in reverse. Like they may hold back that at first, but they're going to eventually feel comfortable enough to open up and to be themselves and to be goofy as well. With this, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. I think that this is about them and you also using your intuition to decide if this is something that you can be comfortable and do that with, you know, because we have that do not take risks. But there's an intuitive energy of like, well, let's see, you know, I feel drawn to this person. I feel like I should. I feel like I could be myself with this person. I feel like I can be comfortable with this person. And these other cards are showing that they definitely can. But I think that there's, and this could be on both ends. I think that there is a little bit of confusion around, there's a little bit of confusion around betrayals here, of like, am I betraying myself? Is this person going to betray me? Which is natural in connections, if I can be quite honest. I mean, I think everyone thinks about that at least one time, maybe multiple times as well. But there's also an energy of this person and you maybe feeling so attached and so connected to each other that there is kind of a need at one point to reconnect with yourself. I don't think that for some of you, this could be like a separation, maybe like a mini separation for some of you too. Like just maybe like at first you meet this person and it's like, whoa. And then so maybe one or both parties may actually end up kind of pulling away. And then you guys kind of realize like, oh, okay, like, wait, let's try this again, or let's see further. And then it becomes more safe and more comfortable, if that makes sense. Now, that doesn't have to be the case for everyone, but I think that this is about being too attached to where you feel like everything is just about them. I think that there's going to be a need for balance of like taking care of yourself, this person too, taking care of themselves, and really having a beautiful balance of this beautiful connection, but also still enjoying your life at the same time too. Now, if that's something that you don't want to do, like if that you and this person come together and you're like, well, we can just share our lives together, like eventually, you know what I'm saying? Then that's cool too. But I think this person's really going to appreciate your unique qualities that you bring to the table. And I think that's why this is coming up as well. Like, I think that if you feel as though that maybe you have some qualities that maybe aren't on the same wavelength as this person, like that's not going to be a problem for them. Like they're going to actually like that. They like your individuality. They like the fact that you're different as well. But I do think that this person does have a tendency to overthink, overanalyze, to the point of, like we were talking about before, not making a move. So almost like analysis paralysis. And I do think that this is coming up because that could be what happens in the beginning. So if this is something, maybe for some of you, you know who this person is already, and that's kind of what's happening right now as well. That could be the case for some of you here too. But you and this person both feel very connected and very guided together. And I do just keep getting the message that there is an inner comfort that you can confide in each other eventually. And the more you guys open up your heart to each other and the more you guys share yourselves and share your experiences and share like what you know and what you feel, the stronger the bond is definitely going to become. And there's a lot of room for growth. And there's a lot of potential here. And I think that this person could also come to you as some sort of like teacher or mentor as well. That could be quite literal, like physical, like this person could be a teacher, they could be a mentor, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But I think that this is also like metaphorical, like you could learn a lot about yourself from this person. Actually, that makes sense too, because you know, a lot of relationships that we have are definite mirrors to one another. So everyone, if you're open and willing, you can learn a lot about yourself through anybody in any relationship, to say the least. But I think that this person and you teach each other a lot, whether that's about life, love, connections, just I think that there's a need to share, or an enjoyment of sharing knowledge with each other. Your knowledge, their knowledge. It's like two different sides of something kind of come together and mesh. It's really cool, of the energy that I'm picking up on here. Also, the stone that you chose is a definite stone for relationship healing, emotional healing, and it is connected to the throat chakra. So I think one of the things that this connection may need, and I'm getting from the other person mainly, is this communicating what's going on inside their mind, communicating what's going on with how they feel. That's something that this person is going to need to open up to and to adapt to. I think that this person just needs a little bit of patience at first. And I'm almost getting like there's two different scenarios though. So be mindful of, like, I guess, or let me just explain it first. Because I think I kind of explained them briefly. I feel like for some of you, this is somebody that you do know, and they're yet to act on their feelings, or yet to address this with you. And that's why we have this communication. And then for others of you, this is a connection for somebody that I think you have not met yet, or you do not know. And that's just going to happen maybe in the beginning. Like, that's something to be aware of when this person comes into your life as well. But I do think that this is somebody who's very silly at the same time. Like, I do think that this is somebody who is a child at heart. I do think that this is somebody who is very playful and likes to joke around and goof around. So if that's something that you like, and I think the more that you do that with them as well, we're going to get this companion energy. Yeah, you know, with the pets here, I do think that this is somebody that you may end up like adopting pets, or they could have pets, they could have specific animals, or you could have specific animals. And when you guys come together, it's like, cute. Like, you know, like they like your animals, you like theirs, or if you guys both have animals, you know, you kind of like, they get along. I don't know, something about, well, obviously just something about pets is significant here. Maybe something about pets could be significant, like in the fact of like they had a pet that you once had, like the same kind of animal, or like just something significant about their pet or their animal here is important. But like I said, it could be about you guys, you know, being in a long-term relationship, having a pet, having a child, if that's something you're open to. I think that this is definitely a connection of that sort. So if you've been maybe like dating around and you've been looking for a long-term companion, this is a good sign. This means that you are attracting a long-term companion for you. So let's see what else we have. We have hardworking. Ooh, this person could work a lot though, is what I'm hearing. And this is about also working on the connection. Like when I think of hardworking, this is the Eight of Pentacles for sure. And this is about putting in the work and putting in the time and putting in the effort to work through anything, to work on this. And also the Eight of Pentacles does represent something long-term as well. It's about perfecting a skill, crafting something, and being in it for the long run. So we have more confirmation that this is going to be a longer running connection for you. The next one we have is someone you already know. Oh my goodness. So for most of you, this is somebody that you already know that has maybe not necessarily pulled away, but it's someone that for sure that we were kind of saying, I think I said that. Didn't I say that, guys? I was like, this is somebody that I think may know you, but has yet to tell you or has yet to act on it. And address this with you. So whether or not this is somebody that you've already tried things with, or somebody that you just know of, you may even know them through work as well. And I think with that claw, this is about them maybe wanting, like doing that to stay safe, to not take a risk quite yet, but their intuition is telling them otherwise, you know? Because there's a lot of potential here for sure. The next one we have is serious. Oh, I think that this is a good sign. I mean, we were just talking about the child and this person being really goofy. Of course, they probably most likely have a serious side, but I heard right when I opened this was that this person is going to want to take you seriously and is hoping that you take them seriously as well too. The 7th house, again, is a connection that you do take seriously. Like I said, in, you know, contrast to the 5th house, which is like dating, fun, you know, sometimes it's like short flings and stuff like that. It's romance for sure, but it's also, you know, the 7th house is about our long-term partnerships, and it's about, even it can be like contractual partnerships. So like this is somebody that you most likely have a soul contract with in this lifetime to connect with here. But yeah, it's like when it comes, they are taking this seriously, or they want to take this seriously, and they're hoping that you take this seriously here too. We have smart. This person is smart, maybe too smart for their own good. With the thinking man in reverse, guys, like smart is a great thing, but sometimes it can be a curse at the same time. You know, to have a great, smart, and analytical mind, you can overthink things so easily, and you kind of take up all the mental space, and you don't leave much room for like the magic as well. And what's crazy is this card, the child, represents like child magic and the magic of childhood and things like that. And so I think that you may bring this out in them a lot more than they even knew, because this person could be really serious, and you could be the one that actually brings out this goofy side and gets to know this really goofy, childlike, fun side to them, where, you know, you guys can just like chill all day, like watch movies and stuff like that. It's like this person does have a serious side to them, but you bring in this balance of like, oh, life's not that serious. Like, let's go have fun. Let's go do this, you know? And I think that they're taking this really seriously too, which is why for some of you, they could be holding back or hold back at first. We have practical. Yeah, this person is very practical. You know what would be really cool? So let me know in the comments if you are somebody who, which I feel like I'm kind of picking up on a lot of you are, if you are somebody who is, you know, the quote unquote woo-woo, or if you're like into like, you know, magic, or all of the things unseen, all of the things unknown, you know, all of the things spiritual, if you're into that, that would be so perfect for this person, it seems. Because this person's really practical. You would just bring this side. And that's, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, guys. Because that's why we were getting that message of this person really appreciates your specific individuality. Like the things that you bring to the table. There was something there about you that was so unique to this person and so different that they really liked, that they really enjoyed. So, and you don't have to be like that as well too. Like it doesn't have to be like you're into any of those things just specifically. I was just saying like because of the contrast, you know, that would be really cool. And also with the practical, this is like the Knight of Pentacles here. And so this is about maybe this person and you taking your time as well in this connection, like not trying to rush into things, being smart about it, which is funny that I use that word because we just had that, like being smart about it. Don't, you know, not like this person doesn't seem like to want a reckless type of connection. You know what I'm saying? They do seem to like the practical things. They do seem to like to enjoy the day-to-day things with you as well. And this could be some a practicalness that you need, you attracted for your own reasons, you know, in your life as well too. Like maybe this person has a beautiful way of grounding you and kind of bringing you back to reality. I think that you and this person may balance each other out in a really cool way. Ooh, dimples. So something about dimples. Sorry, I heard, never mind, I'm not going to repeat it. Dimples could be really significant to this person, like in their smile, or when they smile, they could have dimples, or maybe you could have dimples. I also heard back dimples as well, like those little marks in your back, that could be significant, or this person. Yeah, something about their smile though, too. Ooh, we have loud. And let's open up the last one. I heard this person, you know, when they get comfortable, they get to know you, they could have like a loud mouth, or they could just talk really loud. Like you could be in an environment with them where they have to yell. Like for some reason, I'm visualizing like the back of a kitchen, like almost like a restaurant. That was the first one, like at the back of a kitchen, like someone like the lineman like yelling something. And also I was like envisioning like a coach or something, like somebody on a field yelling as well. And that could be like one of the times when you notice them or have seen them for some of you. But all in all, this person could just be like loud. They could have like a really loud voice or like a really loud laugh as well. And maybe they can be a bit outspoken at times too. Ooh, we have Daredevil. Ooh, this person could be into sports for sure. Different kinds of sports. I think this person does like trying new things. Obviously we saw like, you know, there was some situations when it comes to like connections, but I think like when it comes to like sports, like this person could like skateboarding, or they could just be into fast cars, motorcycles. It doesn't have to be something like that, but it could just be like they're willing to try new things as well. And they could like a little adrenaline at times too. That's funny because we have this practical energy, but then we also have this daredevil energy. But I'm getting for a lot of you, this is like sports related. Okay. Let's see what initials we have. So the first initial we have is B. Let's move these over. The next one we have is C. We have N. We have D. Why did I just hear don't? When I got D, I just heard don't by Bryson Tiller. You know, don't. We have X. We have G. We have U. We have T. Oh, gut. Following your gut. Oh, it's right on top of the use your intuition too. Your gut instincts. Following your gut. We have, oh, we also have guy too. So for some of you, gender, like I said, gender doesn't have to be specific, but this person could just have really strong masculine energy. Everyone has feminine and everyone has masculine energy. This person could just be maybe more in their masculine energy, because we do have a couple of things indicating that as well. We also have W. We have I. Oh, wit. Oh, look, we have Y too. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Got a little too excited there. So we have witty. This person, we have smart too. This person is going to be really witty. We also have C-U-N-T-Y, and I know you can spell that out. And to some of you, that may be an insult, but to me, that is like if you are auntie, you know? But if that is an insult, then just don't ignore that. But to me, that's like the best compliment. Like if someone called me that, I'd be like, thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, we have witty. Butt. You know what's crazy is we have butt here, and with dimples, the thing that I didn't want to say, every time I say I don't want to say something, like I'm like, oh, I'm not going to say it. It always ends up coming back. I always end up having to say it too, but with it was like butt dimples. I know that probably sounds gross, but maybe that's, and I don't know, like I'm not getting it as gross, but it's like maybe you have dimples like right above your butt, or I don't know, who cares? Like maybe you have a big butt, or someone has a big butt, and dimples or cellulite is natural, that comes with that, and it's beautiful too, okay? Like we all have cellulite. Even skinny people get cellulite too, okay? Doesn't matter if you're skinny or big or anything, but I don't even know why I'm going in on this. Also, if you are insecure about yourself, this could be something to work on as well, because I think that this person is going to like your insecurities. I don't think this person is going to judge you the way that you may judge yourself on certain insecurities. And that could be definitely why that's coming up as well too, because some people would think that that's an insecurity, but maybe this person just likes your butt and thinks that you look really good regardless. It doesn't matter. They think you're beautiful. I don't really see any other words in here. Oh my gosh, I always forget. Oh, we have DIY for some reason, like do it yourself. Maybe this person needs to do something themselves, like DIY. Or this person could be really crafty as well, too. You could be into DIY stuff. And we have nut. My first instinct when my mind is, I have such a dirty mind, okay? So nut is, you know what that means to me. But this person could think you're a little cuckoo and they like it. Like this person, they're like, oh my God, this person is nuts. I freaking love it. That could be about your outlook as well, too. This person with a daredevil, because as I was just fixing that, I was like, wait, this person could be a little nutty, too. It's so funny, because I feel like this person in life, like, when it comes to trying new things and like, in all those, like, sports and things like that we were kind of channeling through, I feel like there's, like, the daredevil, but then when it comes to you, that was a message before, too. Something about you, specifically, that this person was, like, a little timid with, or, like, they couldn't read, or there was something. And I think that may be a good thing, to some extent. Interesting. Okay, so now we're going to move all these out of the way. C. Again, just flying at me. Okay, so we're going to move all of these. Now I can't talk. All of these out of the way. So we can look at your tarot and we can see why you are attracting this person or why you are attracting this type of energy into your life. And anything else you may need to know about it as well, too. I will leave that kind of open for the messages to come out because why the hell not? You're already here, right? So let's put that away and let's bust out the tarot. All right, Spirit. So can you please tune me in to this connection that pile 3 is attracting? And can you please show me in pile 3 why they are attracting this connection or this person, please? Thank you. So why are they attracting this connection? Ooh, the Hierophant. Ooh, there's some, okay. First of all, this is Taurus energy. Second of all, the Hierophant can represent a lot of wisdom to be learned as well. There's a lot of lessons here, and this is spiritually guided, is what this is telling me. Also, the Hierophant is also confirmation that this is going to be something that is more long-term. The Hierophant is about dedication and long-term things as well, like commitment. And I think that this is about commitment, your commitments to yourself, and also, but this is about you and working together with each other and kind of learning that balance of power, like not letting your connections engulf you and not letting you fully overpower the other person in the connection. There's going to be a beautiful balance here that you're going to learn through this connection, and you're going to learn a lot about each other, and you're going to learn a lot about yourselves as well. And I just can't ignore the fact too that the Hierophant can also indicate marriage as well. So this is just a commitment. And like I said, with the fact that it is about spiritual learning and spiritual lessons and spiritual guidance, this is something that's key information along and a part of your journey for you to discover about yourself. Maybe you will discover so much about yourself through this commitment, through this person, through this connection, which we kind of already said, but I feel like it's more on a spiritual aspect, and it's like, it's just something that's meant to happen, okay? Let's see what else. Why are you attracting this energy? What else can you tell us more about this Hierophant and things like that, Spirit? Oh, gosh darn it. Of course that one would go all the way over there. Always gotta make me work for it. So we have the 3 of Swords. Let's see. There's going to be a lot of healing in regards to this as well, too. So let's see. I feel like the more you're attracting this connection because you have been doing a lot of healing. You have been on your spiritual path. You have been feeling guided to go within. And I think that this is healing from past relationships and past connections, because I'm really drawn to the fact that there is this person here and they're looking down and there's their shadow and they're looking, it's seemingly though, they're looking directly at it. So I think that you have been doing a lot of, you know, soul searching and shadow work as well. And maybe even have been recently really triggered in regards to this Three of Swords, whether that's through past connections or just things seemingly coming up. And I think that this is about you releasing as well and making room for this to come in. Because with these drops as well, I'm getting like, you know, like almost like tears, like releasing, crying, letting things go, all of this type of energy here. I want to get one more, and then I kind of want to clarify these three, because this I feel like is deep. This is deeper. Let's see. Why is pile 3 attracting this connection? We have the 6 of Swords, and we have the 5 of Cups. Wow. We were just talking about crying as well, too. Tears and releasing. And that card comes out as well. And I almost didn't take it, but I felt really card. We also have 2 5s here, too. Okay, so can you clarify... Sorry, that's my dog getting restless in the background. Can you clarify the Hierophant here, Spirit? And clarify the 3 of Swords as well. We have the 4 of Swords. Ooh. Clarify the 3 of Swords. We have the 2 of Wands, but this card kind of came out in reverse, and I feel really called to take it in reverse as well. So we have the 2 of Wands. Clarify the 6 of Swords. We have the King of Wands. Why is this person attracting this connection, Spirit? And clarify the 5 of Cups. Clarify the 5 of Cups for me as well, too. We have the 9 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a future energy filled with solid foundations as well. This almost reminds me of the 10 of Cups because it has the rainbow on it as well. And this is about building. Oh my gosh, underneath that we have the Sun. And look, the Sun in this deck has 2 people. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. The Sun in this deck has 2 people. And this is like you and that person, like with your hands up, like, oh my gosh, we did it. It feels like almost they're crossing some sort of threshold here as well, too. I think that you're attracting this connection specifically, obviously for the connection, but specifically, I think that this is about you and your outlook lately, or at least maybe this is internal things that are going to be coming to the surface, or things that you have yet to see or deal with. So this could be subconscious as well. But I think that with this Hierophant and this 4 of Swords, the 4 of Swords is such an interesting card to come out with, because I feel like this is about you staying the path and trying to calm yourself during anything that may come up for you. It's almost as if like your mind may need to know answers and your mind may need to wander. And this is a connection that's really going to make you sit still with yourself and really look within and see a lot of things that you are going to be learning. And I think that this is about the commitment towards your journey and towards each other. So we have the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Wands in reverse as well, too. Yeah, like when you think about maybe the future of this connection, or just future connections, you know, it's hard to see. It's hard to know what's going to happen. And it is scary. And it is kind of making you heal these wounds of like, well, because the 2 of Wands to me is like, you know, almost like at sometimes we tend to internalize our pain, and sometimes we tend to project what we think is going to happen in the future. So that's, you're going to get hurt. You know, if you can't see into the unknown, like you can't see that far into the future, it's like, that's scary, that's painful, that's gonna hurt, you know. And I think that you're really going to be guided to push through this regardless, or these things are going to be coming up. It almost seems like there's a sense of uncertainty, and there's a lot of inner child healing that's going to be coming through for this connection as well. Now, this could be, you could be somebody who has either been on your own for a while, it doesn't have to be the case, but, or that you feel like you have been healing and you have been on this healing journey and you've been doing really good as well. Let me just tell you, that's par for the course. A lot of the times we have, you know, we do that and we feel like we're healed and we're ready to go, and then the universe will bring us a connection that starts to dig a little bit deeper, because sometimes it's easy to say that we're all healed and that nothing's going to trigger us and that we're going to be great and we have nothing wrong with us, when there's nothing around to trigger us, when there's nothing around to bring something out in us. And it's not like this person is going to bring out the worst in you. I know that sounds kind of negative. This is all things that are going to happen naturally and gradually. And I think that maybe you may be going through this right now for some of you as well, if you have met this person in that kind of beginning stage of like, they have yet to answer this, you know, they have yet to reach out, or they pulled back. If that's the case, this is kind of what's happening for some of you right now. Now we have the Six of Swords and the King of Wands. This is about getting away and moving on from inner conflict, moving away from that. Look at, we have all this abundance right here in the middle. Are these candles? What are those? Oh my gosh, those are like spell candles. That's really cool. Anyways, we have, so this kind of makes me think of like intention and potential as well. And what you're putting into this connection is what you're going to get out. This person has their hands up and this energy is coming from their hands. So it's almost like what they're putting in is what they're going to get out. And a lot of this has to do with mental energy as well too. But there's also this secure, safe abundance right in the middle, which is kind of saying, this is the destination. We can reach that. We can get there. Yes, we have to kind of overcome all of this messiness around. And yes, you know, it's going to take some time and some effort. And yes, I'm going to have to move away from this kind of outlook of like maybe judging things too soon, or predicting the future, but also predicting it in the way of like, this person's gonna fucking break my heart. Sorry for cussing. That's just how it comes out sometimes when I'm channeling. It kind of surprised me too. I was like, oh. You know, it's kind of getting away from the old and moving into the new. And then we have this Five of Cups, which is all about a shift in perspective. Looking at the glass half full and not through the eyes of this fear, which this Nine of Swords. It's crazy we have so many eyes, because this is all about perspective. This is really interesting, guys, for you, because we have a lot of synchronicities here. And then like we have the King of Wands, which this kind of reminds me of the Seven of Pentacles as well, which is almost like what you are going to put in, this growth here. And it's not just you, it's this person as well too. But I think that there's a lot of mental changes happening for you, a lot of subconscious patterns, and a lot of things that are going to be coming to the surface about the way you feel and the way you look at connections. And this could be such a positive change as well. It does not always has to be like negative. Like this could be in the case of like, oh my God, I had all these fears. I had all these doubts. I've been dwelling on, you know, what's going to go wrong. And I haven't even been able to see what's happening right in front of my face, you know, like, or I haven't even been able to see this part, you know. I think that there's a lot of realizations on both ends. And I think that this is a connection that is actually going to have its own like little twists and turns as well. And it's ups and downs, of course, like every connection. But I do see with the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun, this you and this person wanting to work through these and you know, being committed to for the long haul. And I think that this is something that you and this person both need at the time that you guys come into each other's life. I think that this is something that starts off a little rocky, but it ends up being a lot more secure than you and this person actually end up thinking. It's really interesting here. But a lot about perspective and a lot about outlook, and learning to calm the inner storms, learning to not let your fears, not let your doubts get the best of you, and not letting these things control you in a way that you react out of fear, out of spite, out of pain. And learning to address your circumstances with compassion and understanding, and quite possibly a hell of a lot of patience, if I can be quite honest. But we all need patience. We all do. And growing. There's a lot of growth here, which is good. It can also be challenging, but it's good. two sides, two different things coming together. Look at, these are the same colors as well too. We have this yellow, which is like this sacral, not sacral, this is like the solar plexus chakra, and then we have this blue. But that's interesting that we have these colors and these colors coming together, both abundance in the middle. Interesting. Two energies coming together and meshing and creating something is what I'm seeing here as well. And then we have those same colors kind of all right here too. And then, like I said, I love that the sun is depicted. I don't think I've ever noticed that in this deck. At least it hasn't come up intuitively in a reading, that the sun card is depicted as two suns holding hands, crossing a threshold. Long term. And the 10 of Pentacles can represent children as well too. Represent children, or maybe even those pets or those things, those legacies that you leave behind. Wow. That's really cool. We have the Emperor underneath that as well too. Big, big, big perspective shifts. Working through your fears. Working through the doubts. Calming your mind. Learning what you need to learn and adapting, I feel, is really important for all of this. There's some major spirit. No wonder why the Hierophant was the first card to come out. That's some major spiritual lessons, guys. Major spiritual energy. Major. Okay, so on that note, let's get your advice. Let's go ahead and give this a quick shuffle. Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 3 in regards to this connection, please? Or in regards to this situation, this this connection they are attracting, this person. What is the advice that we have for them here? Oh my gosh. I'm sure you guys noticed, but it's the same colors here too. And it's with the Two of Wands. It's two eyes, two different perspectives. Look, reaching out for each other. Like literally like and it's the same things. It's like you and this person have these two different separate energies that were meant to come together. That's crazy. And it's like reaching and reaching, trying to understand each other. I'm sure that maybe that's for a reason in this deck, but I think that that's crazy that it's like one stands for you, one stands for them. This is your perspective. This is your perspective. Learning so much from each other, helping each other, guiding each other, even if that's through the challenges, even if that's through the conflict as well. But it's like, regardless if there's some sort of separation here, I feel like with this line, it's like there's still this reaching for each other. So if you and this person are, like I said in the beginning, in some sort of separation where the person is not like acting, they're thinking, but they're not acting. This is like almost like that heart energy of reaching. And then maybe the Three of Swords as well for you guys is about this healing in the meantime and making the heart kind of grow fonder of like, okay, sometimes when you have space and sometimes when you have distance from somebody, you know, it's like you realize a lot about this and you realize a lot about them, and it's like you want to reach out to each other. That is so trippy. Okay. Oh, look. We have programming your highest intentions, which is moving quickly through your current situation. And we also have breaking down constructs, embrace new opportunities. I want to get one more before we talk about it. But that's definitely like your highest intentions, your highest good. What do you want from this connection? What do you want out of this? And I feel like it's almost like a reprogramming. And I feel like whatever challenges, you know, that you and this person may face, it is about moving through them and it's about adjusting anyways. And then with the breaking down constructs, this is that inner healing that we were talking about at first with the Three of Swords, of like all those old outlooks, all those old constructs, all of that old ways of doing things, old thinking, they definitely are going to be broken down here, or this situation is guided for you to break those down, to start new. Maybe that Tower was like breaking down old constructs to rebuild as well here for you. One more card. What advice do we have here for, we have telepathic communication, ancient knowledge. Oh my gosh, you know what I just heard? I literally just heard when I was reading that card to you, was you've done this before, you've been here before, you've known each other before. And look, underneath that we have ancestors, strength, love, and support. Oh, you are so loved and so strong, and so much. You have so much guidance from your ancestors as well for that to be coming up. With the strength there as well, don't be afraid to call on them for strength and guidance as well too. A lot of the time we get stuck on this thought of like ancestral curses, or like they pass down things that we have to kind of break, and they do, but they also have so much strength and guidance and wisdom to offer as well, just as much if not more than the other side of that coin, so to speak. But I feel like with this telepathic communication, you are definitely connected to this person, whether or not you have met them or not, depending on your situation. I told you, I think that there's like 2 different collectives here. And I think that this is about your spiritual guidance as well. And the ancient knowledge is about this inner knowing. Like I said, it literally said with the ancient knowledge, it said you've been here before. Like you have access to a lot of knowledge. And when you sit with yourself and you are able to tap into it, that inner knowing is able to come through stronger than any fear and any doubt. So calm your mind. That's with that 4 of Swords as well too. And that Hierophant, you're really being guided throughout this whole connection to kind of just try to do your best to stay in a mental clarity state. Now, we're not able to do that all the time. And of course, there's going to be things that kind of throw you off. That's fine too. But just remember to come back. A meditation practice could be really good. I think I said that in another pile too, but I'll say that till I die. Meditation practice is good for anybody. I don't see how that could be bad advice for anybody. And embracing new opportunities, embracing the new, and allowing yourself to learn, allowing yourself to grow. Remember that you are supported, and anything that you are not liking, you are moving through that. I like that it says quickly, moving quickly through your current situation. You are adapting as well, and things are happening beneath the surface that you're not quite able to see right now. When you are ready, you will be supported and you will be guided. And with this is a quartz crystal, I believe, and there's a lot of potential here. Okay, this is about you tapping into your inner potential as well. Yeah, this is a very spiritual connection, a very spiritual guided connection as well. Also, this person right here, this hooded being, represents your guides as well. So don't be afraid to call on your guides. And with the Hierophant here, that is about guidance as well. Like you have so much, that's crazy. You have so much inner guidance and inner wisdom. You could be quite literally a channeler with all of this knowledge. But also, if you don't consider yourself a channeler, you may be channeling a lot of wisdom without even knowing it. Like a lot of the time people are like, well, how do I know that I channel? And I'm like, well, how do you know that you're not channeling right now? It's sometimes it can be something so natural. It's not always like, oh, I'm hearing a voice. Sometimes that can be the case, and I've had that happen a few times as well by different guides. But in most of the time, it's you're just an open channel, and your thoughts and the divine's messages become one, and you just kind of start spitting it out, start yapping. So embrace your own knowledge. Like you're ridiculously smart and you know what's best for you. That's how I would sum up that as well too. It's like you already know a lot of the answers that you need to know, and you don't really need anyone else. But of course, even the best, most wise people, it's always good to still seek out knowledge at times as well too, because even if it's something that you already know, like I don't know how many times like I felt like I've already intuitively known something, but just hearing it from somebody else, or hearing someone else validate it, or hearing someone else confirm it is just all I needed for me to be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? But set your intentions high and what it is you want from this connection and from your life and from yourself. And align, and things will align with it, and you'll be good. Yes, when you do align with it though, you will get old constructs, you will get old things, like with the connection that you have all this potential with, all of these doubts and fears are tending to come up. They're not there to break you, they're not there to make you think that this isn't for you or to tear you down. They're there for you to break down these old constructs, like this says, and embrace the new. Release the old and embrace the new as well. And like it says here, you have a lot of support. Oh, I love the little hummingbirds too. I love that. I love that they're like kissing. But yeah, you got this. What do you even need me for, pile 3? Come on. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But on that note, I am going to leave this reading here for you. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you all who like the videos, who comment, who subscribe, or who just support the channel in any way. I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I can't thank you guys enough. Also, if you're not subscribed, but you did enjoy this reading and you would like to see more, or you would like to see previous content that I have already, because I have tons of that already, then you are more than welcome to hop on board, subscribe now if that's something you're interested in, so you don't forget, and I will see you there. Bye.